Welcome to Ascent. I'm Fiery Grace the Gifted, and today's reading is about divine masculine that is patiently, nervously waiting to make contact with you in these next few days. So, I'm going to try a 7-day forecast. I want to see if we can get an understanding of what it is that they are feeling they need to prepare for. Okay. Divine masculine, really? Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles? Okay, we get it. You're nervous. You're scared. This is something they've been holding back for a long time, but also something they've known for just as long. Okay. King of Pentacles. this is nuts because that's actually kind of like pretty much the progress that I show of how the King of Pentacles starts from, the Two of Pentacles and works their way all the way to this. So it's kind of like, what is going on? And the Eight of Wands. Communication, contact. A quick message that brings a lot of understanding, but still is missing something. All right. Okay. Whoa. Okay. I was led to create a thumbnail where a person had an accident. And I was like, that's not really cool because not everyone's person even has a car to wreck. You know what I mean? Like, let alone every single DM. No, it's like, no. But think about that moment. It is the devil in the details. Oh, okay. Hold on. What's back here? The King of Wands. This is the husband card, but this is more, for me, I'm seeing the visionary. I think the reason that I was led to put that thumbnail is because the divine masculines were on their way. Oh, I see it. I remember when I first ever got it was like the nicest car I ever drove before. And I I didn't know it was my car. And what I mean by that is, you guys know my dad was really manipulative. So he had actually like lied to me and told me it was a rental. I don't really know why he did that. But anyways, it was the first time I'd ever driven in a really nice car. And my dad said, be careful because in this car, people are going to try to force you to get into accidents. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, here he goes. Because he's always got then this. The first day I had the car, I was on the interstate leaving Winter Haven, Florida. And we were going 70 miles an hour. A guy came up, passed me, slowed down, and I noticed him like, what the fuck was that about? And then he kind of hung around, got in front of me, and slammed on his brakes. And I honestly think I'm a good driver, but if my dad had not have said that, I probably wouldn't have paid attention to that guy. I might have been like, what are you doing, you weirdo? But I would not have thought, he's going to try to get into an accident. Slammed on his brakes while going, maybe it wasn't 70, but we were going fast. And I'm thinking, the divine masculine gets into the car, gets into something new, something that I don't even think they realized how important it was. And instantly they're under attack. And because they don't know, they don't have tarot, they don't have, Fiery Grace's dad whispering. So they don't realize, watch the people, watch the brake lights, watch what everyone is doing and why they're trying to buddy up and get close to you. They did not know. So I have a feeling that whatever it is they're going to contact you about has a lot to do with being much closer to the vision than ever, but also a lot to do with the fact that you're the only person that can make them feel comfortable when the devil comes round. You're the only person who has light that shines through the darkness when the devil comes round. So, woo, this is a lot. Let's split the deck. Hanged Man. King of... Okay, hold on. You know how we just saw the King of Pentacles sequence of how they get to be the king? A lot of you know that the start of the King of Wands is the Hanged Man, because this is the tree. So, okay, hold on. I told you. Oh, and it's 956 911. Okay, okay, okay. Grace. Ooh, if this is 7, this is way more than 7. Look at that, though. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Okay, let's try again. King of Swords? What's going on here? Okay, all right. It's begun. It's begun. Wow, look at that now. You guys know this never happened. I was almost going to keep going. I got excited. Okay. All right. Actually, you know what? Let's put you here. I'll do that. Okay. So let us see. I believe that this will represent the message that they want to give us. Okay. This will represent the message they want to give us. And I think also the day that the message will likely come through. Some of you, I'm going to warn you though, some of you already got the contact, which means you're actually looking back. Okay. So think about it. If you get here and you're like, I got this message. This was last week. This was the other day. Work your way back because it's going to help. Okay. All right. Overall, what do we need to know? You cannot make this up. This is a reading all about communication and how it gets there. And it starts major overall with the Ace of Swords. And this also explains, because there's other communication cards in the deck, but this explains the challenge that we're sensing here that the Divine Masculine seems to be having. Oh, they want to move forward so bad. I think this is the car that got into the accident. All right. And take that as you will. Okay. The car that got into the accident, the vehicle, the Divine Masculine took forward in their life that was knocked off course because it was the right one. Ask yourself, what is that? Okay. Hold on. One more thing. As I put it down, it flooded in and I looked at this crown, but I knew, sorry. This is a crown of victory. And oftentimes, this was meant to represent a wedding ring. Someone coming in, riding into town like Prince Ali style. Is Will here? Hi, Will, if you're here. And you see the crown. Now, why are you putting this out, Grace? Because the difference here is that here they have 2 wreaths as their crowns. But here, this is one crown, and you can actually see the 2 different plants being represented. You can see these are 2 kingdoms coming together. You can see the energies coming together. So this is very much about, I want to communicate and contact you about this new path. And again, we're seeing 1 + 6, 7. This is telling us that this next 7 days is really important. I will tell you right now, if you're watching this live, you know we've got certain energies and certain things going on. But if you're watching this in the future, this is a timeless message meant to help you for knowing when your Divine Masculine is on this path. And I think it's very important for you to understand big things are happening. And if you're getting this message, whenever it is, you need to look around and see what the energies are for you. But for us right now, every planet is retrograde right now, it feels. I think it's like the sun and the moon are direct, and then Mars and Venus, right? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. That's how I remember that. So you've got the sun and the moon, masculine, feminine, Mars and Venus, masculine, feminine. And everything else, those are direct. Everything else is retrograde. That tells me there is this feeling of like sitting in the same damn spot and kind of having to wait for everything to move around you while you're having all this rebalancing going on. So very interesting to see. How do we start the week? What happens that initially creates this buzz for the Divine Masculine? How nuts is this? Again, can't make this up. We've seen three kings. This was one of them, and it comes with the Ace of Swords. And we saw the King of Wands, and this is obviously a young prince going to find his princess, aka King and Queen. So we can see right off the bat there's a lot going on in the area of people, and there's a lot going on that is creating the need for the divine masculine to seek out calm. They need to think more clearly. They're having a little bit of trouble with that. And I think that's why they immediately thought of you. In fact, you can kind of see, look, butterfly over his head. It's like the first thing that comes to their mind when they realize things are getting hectic, things are getting crazy, is what would you say? What would you do? How would you encourage them? But the difference here is that this is not the unified, harmonious kingdom. And that's kind of the energy that we're hoping to welcome in as we step into this new season, as we go into fall here. It's like, this is exciting, but I will tell you that doesn't mean that this is about you. It means that they need you. But I think this is actually about something going on in their life. And I tell you, it feels like it might have something to do with authority figures. I feel like I can't tell if it's funny because I mentioned my dad, and that was like a really tough authority figure for me in my life. So I don't know if this is like parents, if this is like bosses, but this could also just be anybody who has power over them. And I think this is saying someone said something, did something, got caught, got exposed, and now the divine masculine is thinking to you, maybe because you told them this would happen, but also because I think you've given them really good advice in the past and really been present for them. So, okay, we see there's some stuff going on and they're on it. They're paying attention, but they're also recognizing they feel a little bit disconnected from having the passion to actually complete it, having the ability to process the information and make sense of it. It's like they know they need to sit down and think, but they can't. Why? What is going on here? What is it that as they come to terms with, like, they're going to have to figure this out, that they start to think a little bit more deeply about? This is nuts. So we're talking about kings and queens. Hierophant comes up, and this is, again, there's two husband or marriage cards in the deck. Hierophant, King of Wands. So, okay, how strange is this? The divine masculine comes into this week knowing they're going to need to talk to you, because from the very beginning, there are people in their life who they feel like they cannot trust. People in their life who they know, maybe they don't just feel it, they know, they have been exposed. Then they start to think about you. They start to think about, again, this sense of harmony keeps coming up. Harmony, harmony. I know it says Hierophant, but it's like Harmafont. No, that doesn't sound right. But there's something that says, I want to make changes that are going to actually put me where I'm supposed to be, that align more with who I am. A part of the reason why I think this became a very icky place for them to be was because they weren't even supposed to be here anyways. They didn't belong here. They knew this wasn't for them. There was something where it was like, however they got to this point, they knew it wasn't for them. So by the time it came down to figuring out what am I supposed to do and thinking about, like, what brought me here, all of a sudden they're thinking, running away from my responsibilities, avoiding the truth of how I feel deep inside. Okay. What was this so far? This is who and then what, eh? Hold on. Who, what, where, when, why, how. And this is the message. I don't know if that's right, but it feels that, oh, we're going to go. Okay. So we get a little bit deeper into this. We're starting to understand that the feeling is not going to go away. And I don't think they want it to. I think that maybe there's a part of them that says, maybe I should just try to figure this out on my own. But there's another part of them that says, no, you know where the truth is. You know who can help. So what comes next? 1 + 5 is 6. Come on, if this ain't you, All right, Grace. All right, Grace. Take a step back. Take a step back. Because I'm sorry. The reading has been so like pointed and synchronistic that I automatically feel very strongly that this is talking about divine feminine. But before I go with that interpretation, let's just ask, what else does Six of Cups mean? Six of Cups is childhood issues, past issues. Okay, I'm starting to get this. Sure. Maybe some things you told them from the past. Okay, we've said that already. Okay. Beliefs about love. I see that. But I'm sorry. I feel like we haven't even reached what would be like if we're talking about a normal 7-day week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We haven't even reached the middle yet. Very early on, there are these very strong, clear signs that say, you know what you need to do. You know because you've always known this. And boom, hello, are you paying attention? You know exactly where that feeling, that love, that information that you have right now came from. You know where you got this feeling. I think it might have been today. It might have been yesterday, though. I've had a bunch of calls the past few days, so they all kind of blur together sometimes. But I think there was somebody who said like, "Oh no, did you lose it, Grace?" Oh, that they heard something in their head that they knew wasn't them. Not like voices in your head, but like a very, and I don't, okay, now I'll come and speak from my point because I've totally identified with it. I know when God is talking to me because not only does it not sound like my name, I mean, my voice, but it's like this person, this entity, essence, whatever is there, is giving me pure, unadulterated, loving, clear, sound advice when I can't even think straight. So that can't be me. Because I'm panicking and I'm still panicking. I'm still, what did you say? So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, they can hear you, they can feel you, they can sense it, and they know what they're hearing, what they're feeling is not them, and yet they feel so connected to it they cannot explain it. And hold on, and so this was when we said who, what, where. Where is my love? Where is my purity? This, oh, okay. Oh, I've heard this a few times in my ministry, but this, ooh, it's strong. Thinking about where you guys met, where you guys connected, where you guys first ever had the moment. Thinking about the first time you ever made them feel safe. Remembering the first time they ever felt love and knowing they were looking into your eyes. This is, yes, this is the memory. This is the past. But I think they're saying maybe I can avoid the phone call if I just find them. So this is very interesting because I think that there are some of you who go, oh, that's weird because I was just at the place where we met, or I was just at the place where we first kissed, or whatever. And so you're thinking, huh, did we almost like cross paths? And I say that to say to you, they're not supposed to see you though. They're not supposed to. This urge is something that even if they followed, you guys would just miss each other. And I feel that very strongly because I think there's still more that they have to process. But I like the fact that as they're considering the where that they want to be, the place that they're trying to get back to is that initial moment that's pretty much carried them through into this day. Okay, this is deep. And this is 11:11. Oh, crap. Okay, guys, this reading is nuts. I think I've been, 15 minutes? I don't even, how long have I even been reading? It's 10:10 as I say it. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Isn't today is a 369 day, but we're out of sequence. Why did that just come to me? Let's look it up. Angel numbers. Joanne. Okay, and we're gonna go Grace, what number would you like to look up? I think I should do it in order as I see it, yeah? So it would be 936. Ooh, here we go. Okay, again, I know you guys might think that this is from you, okay, or for you, but this is for Mr. Divine Masculine, Mrs. Divine Masculine over here, okay? This is for your person. So the message for your person here is, this is a message that you are to step up to your duties as a light worker without further delay. Do you understand? This is a calling. This is a decree. This is the appointed time of appointed times, and they are being called in every part of themselves, in their mind, in their spirit, in their heart. They are being called forward. Do not allow anything to stand in your way, and do not let any fears deter or delay you any longer. Are you hearing this? The message to your divine masculine from spirit that they've been getting all this time. You have all that you need in every way to take the next steps, the next important steps along your spiritual life path and purpose. Your prayers and positive affirmations about your spiritual career, practice, and or profession or service-based project have come to fruition, and you are fully aligned with your soul mission. Trust that all is going to divine plan. I'm sorry, but I'm going to keep reading this because so far, this is the encouragement that I think you gave them. Can I just be real? I think that you, whether you said it directly or over time, and this is just kind of how they brought this together, I think that they've been hearing this almost like you guys hear me say light work like on a broken record. I think they've been hearing your voice. And then again, this is assuming you guys have had contact and communication. They've been hearing your voice reminding them that they're so great and they already have what they need. And why do they have to think that they have to wait for this or that? Remember how the reading started. All those pentacles, all those king energies, and came in again and said, hey, maybe everything you've been so afraid of that's right in front of you is still right in front of you. Pay attention. So, okay. This is huge. Angel number 936 suggests that as you serve your life purpose, you will manifest a steady supply of abundance to sustain and maintain your life and lifestyle. It encourages you to operate from a loving space within yourself and live your life with grace and gratitude. Strive to live a more natural, simple, creative lifestyle that entails discovering what really makes your heart sing and then sing it loudly. Wow. And this angel number, this adds up to angel number 9 or 18. So you can think kind of like Hermit and Moon. Okay. So we've got sync, 1111, marriage proposals, kingdoms, direct divine feminine, divine masculine energy, but everything else in our lives is all just in the middle of I was going to say salad tosser, but I know that many of you are going to take that in all kinds of directions. Okay. Let me close this so I don't continue to be distracted by it. And and here's my break in the middle. If you're interested in the Eclipse Retrograde exclusive package, boom, that's where you get the package. I also have personalized insights readings starting at $22 now. Okay, so if you're interested, there you go. All right, let's go deeper. We are looking at the middle of the week here. We are looking at somebody who knows that it is closing in and they're going to have to make some very sure, strong, clear decisions because they need to be able to articulate what it is that they were really trying to say. And it seems like it's a lot. So what happens by the time we get here? Okay, I'm working. This to me is someone writing and rewriting text messages over and over and over and over again. This is somebody who will sit down and go over it and then look back and say, no, that sounds stupid. And then in the end, I feel like they end up sending the first message they wanted to send. So this says, by the time this message comes through, even if it's still a little bit confusing, it's probably going to be the best thing they were able to get out. Because when they really went through and they tried to go give more, they tried to go deeper, they just stumbled over their words, they made it complicated. I think this says, and hold on. Where? When? When I send this message, trust it. When I send this message, trust me that I am not taking you or anything that we've been through for granted, and trust that my love is in that message. Trust that it's going to be, whoa. It's going to be easy for you to focus on what I've said before. But what I said before, I said as my previous self. And who I am now can say something even very similar to that, and it has a whole different meaning. Some of you will catch that. I think this says, I'm going to be ready when I feel like I got it right. It has to be perfect. So this also says that whenever you come across this message, whether you're looking forward to see what comes or looking back to see how what they sent you recently really fits, I think that this says trust the message and take some time with it. Because you notice this is right under this communication symbol. And I think this is saying it's going to seem and sound a lot like before. It's going to seem and sound a lot like their old self, but that's good because that's how you're reading it. Take a second and say, if my real, true, awakened divine masculine was saying this to me, how would I receive it? That is a very different thing. Okay. Oh, by the way, thank you so much to everybody who liked the video. I really, really appreciate it because I see that there's over 150 of you who have. But can you please check and make sure you didn't accidentally click the dislike button? I know sometimes people will just do that, but also I'm pretty sure this was disliked before the video started. And sometimes you guys told me that you just accidentally pressed the wrong button. All right. Now we're getting close, right? Now I feel the nerves picking up, but I also get the sense of, what is that word? Resolute. They've discerned that this is the right thing. So what happens? This is crazy because these are just okay. Stop it, Grace. I really like, by the way, swords, major arcana, cups, into pentacles. I like this a lot. But let me say this. The fact that these two show up, this is to remind us that there is more than one version of our person. There is more, just like there's more than one version of you. Who you were 5 years ago, let's just be real. Who you were probably 2-3 years ago is very different than who you are now. And even more so than who you were 10 years ago. Many of you are going to come into new contact with your person, and it's like, I'm the only version of you that I know is the old you. So that's how I'm going to receive your message, and that's how I'm going to interpret the moves that you make. But I think what they really want you to see is where they have actually made progress and not where they're still the same. Now, this to me says, I figured out back here what I want to say to you, but I'm still working right here through putting the right emotion behind it. This is very interesting. I have a feeling that this is where the whole car crash thing comes in, because it's like, oh my gosh, what is this? Hold on. What did I just see? Oh, wow. Okay. I know that some of you don't like stories. I know some of you are like, shut up and read the cards. You're not welcome here, and leave. I'm going to tell a story, but it's going to make sense. A couple of years ago, might have even been just last year. And if there's a couple of you here, you might have actually seen me do it because I shared it with you briefly. A friend of mine from back in the day had a show he was doing, like a podcast he was doing on YouTube. So I joined him and his friend as like the feminine energy in it. And very quickly realized it wasn't kind of my thing, and that I didn't know about the topics. I really wasn't adding anything to it other than like silly comic relief or just being disagreeable, because that's what he was like, yeah, come in and disagree with me. But I didn't feel good. And so I held back, I held back, I held back. And finally I said, I'm done after this. I'm going to tell him the next time we do a show, I'm going to tell him. So I didn't want to tell him before we did the show because I didn't want to ruin the show. Y'all, we got into a huge argument in the show. So afterwards, when I come in and I have to say, hey, I can't do this with you anymore, it looks like it's because of the argument. And to this day, I don't know if that friend understands that it really wasn't about that to me. And I always regret not being more direct and honest with them because I valued their friendship. He was a good guy friend. He helped me through a lot of stuff with Mr. Lightwork early on. So Grace, why the F are you telling me this story? Because remember the car crash thing with the thumbnail? Imagine your divine masculine gets here and they had already intended the whole week to talk to you, to call you. But the day that they mean to, and they're like, no more excuses, I have to do it, something happens and they really, really need you. There's two ways to interpret that. On one side, clearly it could look like to you like, oh, great. Of course you only contact me when you need me. And to them like, oh, great. Of course it looks like I'm only contacting when I need them. Oh, man. Or you can say, if the divine masculine had not spent this whole week preparing to call me, the day they needed me, they probably wouldn't have. And I'm the one effing person who can help. It is so tough to go through this dang on journey, not knowing people's truth, their intentions, their motives, not really knowing what was going on behind the scenes. But baby, let me tell you something. That's why you have this. I do not believe we're all meant to watch tarot for the rest of our life. Some of you are going to do it. Some of you are like, I shouldn't be watching this right now, dang it. But when you do have it, when it does come, it's for these moments. So that rather than looking at the side that society, everyone who's trying to protect you and all that can try to get you to look at, you're going to look at it and say, I believe this. I trust this. I know that it's going to be really easy for me to just assume you're just calling me because you got into a damn accident and you need me. But if I'm being real, I have not heard from you in a really long time. And I'm sure you've had a lot of other stuff that's happened. Maybe I can try to give you some grace here and say, okay. Now, I'm not talking about giving them money. Stop giving them money, damn it. Stop that. No more giving money. I don't care what the situation is. Until I talk to you and you tell me directly, I'm going to say 99.99999% of the time, never give them money. Stop doing that. Stop it. But picking them up and giving them a ride, talking to them while they're waiting for the tow truck. Again, I'm not saying everybody's going to have an accident and call you. What I'm saying is try to translate this. So when they contact you and they need you, try not to be frustrated like, damn it, I thought you were going to call me about us and you're calling me for you again. It's like, try to feel the situation out before you respond or assume or anything like that. Okay. Because I have a feeling here that they have really struggled to not just articulate, but to do it in a way that shows the depth of their emotion. It looks so dry. Okay. It just looks so dry when they talk. And the sad part is I totally identify with this because Mr. Lightwork, it's not just because he's an Aquarius or because he's really like a Cappy Aquarius, if anything. It's not because of anything. Mr. Lightwork is dry as hell, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, he doesn't have a romantic bone in his body. He's just, that's not him. And so when he says something to me, like, even I love you, well, no, probably not that, but just trying to communicate something like that, he sounds so frustrated. And I'm not the type of person to be like, do you love me? He's not frustrated because he's answering my request. It's like just getting it out and making it make sense to us is like pulling teeth for them. And it's not because they don't think you'll understand. It's just because they don't. Beep boop, beep boop. How do I complete this task? I have heart here, heart. Do you want heart from me? I am heart person. That it's like they don't understand. And I think this is the fear. So just try. Okay? Just try. Why? Well, actually, this is why, isn't it? Ha! Hold on, now let me see. I was about to say that this was why, but I just realized, hold on, that's why. And it opens the Ace of Cups. Hold on. Knight of Pentacles should be back here, yeah? Why? Because the people is someone you can expect to be loyal, dedicated, and dependable. A well-trained person who does an excellent job over time. Okay? A nature and animal lover who may be a vegetarian. Very specific. Might not be. Detail-oriented, diligent, thoughtful, honorable, kind. So, right? Who, what, where, when, why? Because I've become a different person, but I'm still me. And becoming a different person did not necessarily suddenly give me new communication skills. So, okay. This says renewed motivation, increased abundance, business travel, and a guardian angel. It's time to get things done. Leave the planning stage behind and take action. Honor your promises and commitments and attend to the details and be thorough. So this is interesting because when we saw this in the beginning, it came with the devil. We saw that with that energy. But now it comes out and it says, no. I am honoring the commitment. The thing everything's been trying to block me and stop me. I'm not about that anymore. I figured out the message. I'm going to get on the horse. The same one I've been riding, right? I know it looks a little different. It's still the same horse. I'm going to get on this, move forward, and what? You guys, this is nuts. This is, okay. These two were both in the energy, and this was the energy to start this spread. This is crazy because there's so many syncs coming from that initial message, and the initial message was what? I'm going to contact you, and things are going to be delivered in a way that clears a lot of things up, but also leaves some things to be desired. So how does it come in? It comes in quickly. It comes in a little bit rushed. It comes in and it changes your idea of how the path looks. Why? Because it tells you which things are still going to be delayed and which things aren't. And I think what this tells you is the divine masculine is listening. They're doing their best to hear divine, source, spirit, universe, whatever they believe in, or at the very least, believing in themselves enough to trust that whatever this message is going to come through and it's going to make sense for how it needs to. That's all they can do right now, is just hope that whatever they're supposed to say actually lands. What's the message? And again, this could represent a text. This could represent, like all the different messages that are still like text length. It could represent a phone call. It could represent an email. So this is the thing, is this is one card that could be talking about something short or something long. So it's really important for you to use your discernment here. I trust that this message is going to be really beautiful and pure. I love what I'm seeing. I think this is fantastic. Okay. All right. This is crazy. This is what we were missing. And I believe that this was with this, or did we not see that? No. We saw the page of wands. Okay. There's something up with all these court cards. There's something going on here. But here's why I'm excited. Because the divine masculine's journey that we were shown in the energy was what? 4 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, the Devil. But the Page of Pentacles is what was really missing. See, the 4 of Pentacles energy is a little bit tough. What do you mean, Grace? The 4 of Pentacles energy, There's a lot of tension. There's a lot of being held back. But it is still a possible route to becoming the King of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is good to see, but he a little bit slow. I don't mean like slow, guys. I mean like literally walking as slow as your 13-year-old does when you say, get off the game and go to bed. Was that a good scary mom voice? Go to bed. So this slow energy that you've been experiencing for a long time is not what is represented here. This is talking about the message and who the message comes from. This is the energy that the divine masculine is in. And I think that this message, this explains why they're so nervous about communicating this to you. Why? Because they've told you from the beginning, and if I'm wrong, maybe I'm wrong, but raise your hand if your divine masculine has told you from the very beginning that they wanted to be in their King of Pentacles energy, whatever that meant to them, before they got into a relationship with you, before you guys took things seriously, before you took things to the next level, before you got married, whatever it is, raise your hand if they were like, I really want to be a King of Pentacles. Now, obviously, I don't mean saying it in tarot. So now, let's just fast forward. Divine Masculine comes in, and they're like, listen, I want to be with you. I want to offer to be in your life, and I want to ask you to accept that offer. I believe that you're the right person. We see the 1111 up top. It's exciting. It's beautiful. Matter of fact, we see 1111, and then we see 8181. What's going on? This is the 99 from the 936 that we looked up even. Okay, focus, Chris, focus. In the 1818, because that's really what it was. It was 18 plus. Okay. But I think what they're trying to help us understand here is that as they come in this place, they know they're not where they're supposed to be. And part of the reason some of them have taken so dang long is because they're ashamed that they didn't come in as the King of Pentacles. And it's like, okay, any minute now, I'll be right around the corner. Okay, any minute. No, I'm leaving my house right now. They haven't even taken a shower. You know, it's like any minute I'm going to get there. And the longer it took, the more ashamed and embarrassed they got. So that's why this message is so nerve-wracking for them. That's why they've been so patient with it, because it's like, how do I come to you and tell you all I have is this one pentacle? And it's like, well, if you had come in as the King of Pentacles, you'd only have one pentacle as well. And it's like, no, the King of Pentacles has the the pentacle, he has the kingdom, he has the throne, he has the abundance. The Page of Pentacles, he don't even got nothing. He don't even got a horse. And his clothes are old. Look at his arms. You see those arms? I know it's probably because he's swole, but you know, he can't afford to buy no new clothes. He doesn't feel like a King of Pentacles. But see, that's the thing. When a baby is born, you don't look at the baby and think, now there's a king. I mean, people say that shit, but that's not even real. Okay? It's like you can't look at a baby 99.9999 or maybe more percent of the time and know anything about them. So what you look like, whether or not you can afford something right now, all that it's not really relevant to us. But to them, it's everything. And that's because as 3D individuals and us being 5D individuals, we're never going to be able to see eye to eye on that. But there is good news in that, because it means when they come in and they say, this is all I have. Hold on, let me find her. All along, oh, how cute. This is back here. That's not what I was trying to show you, but all along, you knew that wasn't going to be a problem because you've been abundant. You've been doing your thing. You're not really worried. You know how to make more, you know how to make the most of things. You just don't really have to stress and strain like they think you do. Well, that I guess they do, to get that abundance. And so it's funny, right when I go to put it down, here she comes. Who's here? Oh, wow. 99911. Okay. This is who you've been all along. No matter what, she's always the queen. I think this says, I don't know who told you that you coming in with one pentacle was ever anything different from the plan, but I've got it. And I think this might be where the message comes in and says, hey, don't give them money. But if they come in and their life is still just as broken down as it was before, don't disregard them. Don't dismiss them and act like, oh, you haven't changed, you haven't grown, nothing's different about you, because they believe that. And you saying that to them is just going to confirm every lie they believe about themselves. Instead, remind them, baby, I never wanted any of that anyways. I told you a billion times I thought your idea was a little crazy. I understand that that was not supportive, and I'm going to change that. Now that I'm in my own abundance, I can teach you. Rather than giving, I can make you the magician, okay? I can show you how to do it in your own way. That's what they need right now. They're going to be coming forward. And actually, I want to open, oh, that doesn't go there. I want to open the book just to see what the Page of Pentacles says. Because it's like, again, if this is our message, yeah, hold on. Sorry, finish your sentence. If this is our message, but it could be all these different ways that we're receiving it. Let's see if I can give you some more. Okay. Oh, Page of Pentacles situations. Good news about financial matters is coming soon. Huh. So that fits the whole. I don't have to read anything else because that fits. This whole time they've been worried about money and that kind of stuff. Something happened that made them realize that the plan that they had was not going to work out. And in their, still very much in their physical 3D way, they worked with the energy they know. This is 9 of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. Oh, they're so ridiculous sometimes because they really, look at this. They come up to us talking about all I got is this one pentacle. Meanwhile, they're over here with these pentacles and this pentacle. Grace, what are you talking about? Y'all, they don't know the value that's already in their life. You do. I think that's what you're really supposed to teach them. Okay, back to this. So good news is coming. The message right away says, if you got a message from them talking about anything that touches on why you guys couldn't be together, or just outright money, something, I got a job, I got a promotion, anything like that, you know this message is for you, and you need to really work through trying to understand your person. But let's go a little bit deeper. Your plans move successfully forward at a steady pace. Now, the fact that we see 1111, 8181 tells me Divine Masculine is going through a flow, okay? They are stepping into this new thing and they're really getting into it. And because of this, these new plans, not their old plans, not the old thing they were trying to do, but these things that they've now realized because of, I think, a seed you planted a long time ago. Oh, see, and look, that's where they got the seed from the plant you gave. Oh my gosh, sorry. Is now all moving forward. So their plans are now moving forward at a steady pace. And I think that's, again, why the page is coming in. The humble page, the most humble page in the deck comes out and says, listen, I know I told you a long time ago that I needed to move forward with a different plan. And I kept pushing and I pushed the envelope. I went as far as I could go with that plan, but, you know, it just wouldn't bite. It wouldn't work. I have a new plan now, and it's just starting to flow. And even though it's not what I wanted, it will allow for the plan you had, for us to be together and to build together. So this is huge because it says, I'm coming to you in a very humbled state. And either something is happening because I made this choice, or by making this choice, something is going to happen for us. And then it says you may adopt a new interest or passion. And that goes with the message we read from the 936 today that says, follow your light work. It was like a royal decree being sent out. All divine masculines must Just follow their light work or be beheaded. It's like, oh no, I better hurry. Okay. People. A youth who's a student or who enjoys studying. I love the enjoys studying when we see how this comes in. Someone who can be optimistic, but still realistic about what can be accomplished. Very divine masculine, almost starting to sound like the budding emperor energy. Successful, dependable, patient, frugal, trustworthy. These are all traits that the divine masculine needs to have to be King of Pentacles. So this is doing your research, wisdom beyond one's years, a return to school, and materialism. So we have two cards on here that are talking about returning to school. And I think that this might be saying, Divine Feminine, you've been in Ascension School, Ascension Academy for how long now? Maybe it's not just about a return to you, a return to their truth, a return to what's right, but this could be returning to school, to the realm of ascension. Again, if you're here, oh, right when I look over, it's 360. This is nuts. Please do like the video. I can't tell if my likes are off or what, because they don't update for me for some reason. All right, so, wow. Okay. To close this out for you, I believe that this is a message talking about the days of preparation leading to a very important moment of contact with you and your divine counterpart. I believe that there are going to be a lot of things. So if you got here late, you need to listen to this. There's a lot of things that are going to make it very easy to misunderstand this message, especially to misunderstand their intentions, okay? There are things that have been said to you in this reading that will help you connect the dots in the moment. Just like when I almost got into the scam car accident, but just because someone had planted the seed, I knew to press on the brakes and I didn't. There's something here that says, before you assume, put your foot on the brakes. Before you do your normal flow of thought, which is, I can't trust you, or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Whatever would normally happen when they reach out, especially if it's like they need something, put your foot on the brake. Remind yourself and them that you don't have anything to offer them. I cannot give you anything, so I hope you're not asking me for anything. Okay? But I'm here. And if I'm enough, which I know I am, and I recognize that you know that I'm enough, then I already know right here it's safe to enter into this. If this person contacts you, they started off that week going through something that made them realize you're the only person they could probably trust, going through and fighting against this feeling of denial and knowing that they've been avoiding their truth versus, well, why would I want to go down that path anyways? Like kind of just coming to terms with what's really going on and finally allowing the seed that you planted a long time ago to come forth. Now, as they go into the heart of this week, knowing that they must reach out to you, and you can really see they slip into this Pentacles energy. Oh, by the way, remember when I was like, I love the flow, swords into major arcana, cups, Pentacles. I was hoping we found wands. But what I love, because now we have everything on the board, but what I love is that it still comes back around to Pentacles. This reading from the very beginning started with it, had sinks in it, and ends with this Pentacles. And I think this is letting you know this is absolutely about your divine masculine. This is absolutely them coming through. And when the message happens, and if it comes across almost like too humble, like, what do you want? Oh my gosh, I remember that. My mother is such a she's not a good mom. She's not a good person. She's not a good woman. And I just remember being a kid and genuinely just wanting to like hug my mom, because that's just the kind of person that I was. Just like, I just loved people and I just loved being close to people. It was very sweet. And I remember how many times my mother said, what do you want? And I remember the last time I told my mom that I loved her was when I was 11 years old, because when I said that to her, she asked me, what do you want? And I was devastated. So when I tell you, sometimes we go into situations truly being genuine, but people have been damaged and tainted and traumatized in all these different ways. And we cannot help but say, nah, what do you want? What are you really doing here? And I think this says, do not meet them with that energy. If you want to think it. Baby, don't be naive. If you want to have a little bit of a little standoffish, look, they know what's up. They know that they've put you through a lot of waiting and all that. But don't ignore the message that comes through, because I truly believe they need you. And if they reach out to you, this is not by accident. This is all planned out, and it's going to actually reveal a lot if you will let it flow. If the first thing you do is bring up an old conversation, bring up an old question, what are we? When are we? They're not going to talk back to you. And I hate to say that, because I know it's going to be like, oh, Grace, you always defending no, 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 no. I'm telling you right now, if you reached out to someone in your time of need and the first thing they did was bring up some some of y'all right now going, oh, Grace, I wouldn't reach out to them. I got some people in my life like that right now. Oh, well, pause then. Oh, okay. It hit you there, didn't it? Yeah, don't be that person in your divine masculine's life, because you know how easy it is just not to call them. Okay, babe? Okay. All right. This was awesome. I really liked this message. I was nervous because I thought that it was actually going to be bad. Just because, like, I'm like, why do I have to use a car accident? I don't feel car accident vibes. But now I absolutely understand from the stories that came through and the way that this flowed. Yes, the divine masculine is dealing with that. And I really, really hope that whatever they have to say, even if it is all about them and da 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 da, that you can see where you are woven into the very fabric of their speech. Their love for you is all up and through whatever they have to say. I hope that you can see that, because I know some of your divine masculines don't deserve the grace. You've been given it to them, okay? But speaking on a general level to the collective, I know that there are quite a few of you who you do need to learn to give them some grace, okay? You do. And this is going to be a great opportunity to do it, because you will actually get something out of this conversation. Okay. Oh, I did it, I went live. Hello, my name is Fiery Grace the Gifted. Welcome to my channel. If you like this channel, you should like it and subscribe to it. And then leave a comment that says, I like this channel. I want to see how many people actually do that. Would be funny. I always like it because like a year will go by and then someone will do what I said in a video and I'll be like, what are they talking about? Anyway, so hello, welcome. If you like this channel, say I like this channel. Wait, do we have donations? Oh my gosh. Katrina. Poetess. You guys, thank you for these donations. You guys are so awesome. And it's $3,999. What's going on with the 369s and stuff? There's something. All right, Grace, you're supposed to be doing this. Okay, the reading's over. The reading is over. Goodbye, everyone. Make sure you like that video on the way out. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm Fiery Grace the Gifted. This is me. That's my name right there. You see it? And if you want to hear from my divine masculine, he actually does readings as well. And from what I understand, he's going to start doing more live stuff on all of his other channels. So if I were you, I would definitely check out Ascent Live, Ascent Channelings, Ascension Love Letters, Mr. Lightwork the Enlightened DM. There's so many channels that we have now, and we're trying to just offer you guys all kinds of different stuff. So I hope that helps. And I currently have readings, personalized readings. Oh yeah, we're almost at 300. Oh, 5 more likes. Can 5 more people like this? That'd be awesome. I currently have personalized readings as low as $22. Again, I pay attention to the economy and I want to make sure that we're all good. We're all good. So if I see that it's going to be tough times, I want to make sure that if you need my help, that's what I'm effing here for. So I now offer 1-card readings again, okay? I may not offer them forever, like I might stop offering them come January, but for this season, I just want to make sure, especially as those of you guys like want to treat yourself for Christmas and stuff to your first reading or your last reading or whatever. So I'm just making sure you know, okay? So Starting at $22.22, you can get a personalized reading from me. Mr. Lightwork has readings at that price as well. So you can check out my site, thefierygrace.com, or his site, mrlightwork.com. And that's MR Lightwork, mrlightwork.com. So I also have bonus readings, and I currently have the exclusive retrograde package, but more, like somebody said it, get a phone call, people. More importantly, I am now doing phone calls and phone readings on a very regular basis. If you order a phone call or a phone reading from me, we can almost always get you scheduled within the next day or so, unless you order on like Friday, because then it's Shabbat and I can't, you know? But just know that if you're interested in working with me, I have done everything I can to make sure that my booking list is not too packed. So if you want a reading right now, I think the wait is like less than a week. And if you want a phone call or a phone reading, tarot reading, then you might wait a day or up to a week at most if it's super booked. Okay. So I'm just throwing this out. Here you go. thefierygrace.com. All kinds of awesome stuff is available. And I think that's everything, right? Oh, okay. So this is over. So I'm going to say goodbye, but I'm not actually going to leave. But I am going to cut this at this point and then everything else. Okay. All right. So I love you so much. If you stayed all the way to the end, don't forget to leave your comment signature, which is 3 emojis or more, but usually around 3 emojis. The same 3 emojis, almost like a stamp on the reading that says, I was here. If you stamp your comment signature in the comments, not the chat, in the comments of a reading at the end of the month, I will pick one person to win a free DM reading, DF reading, or love letter. You can pick which one. So if you're interested, it's over 300 likes. Thank you guys. How awesome. Oh, I don't think I've gotten to that many likes in a live in so long. You guys are so sweet tonight. So thank you for the support. That means you guys, you see how giddy we get, you guys, about the likes. I know it's like, that's weird. It's like, you don't understand. The more people that like the video, the more people will click the video and the more people will actually get the messages they need. It just warms my heart. Like, thank goodness. So, Oh, and if you would like to have a bonus, leave an emoji with something magical. Something like a crystal ball or a magic wand, some twinkle lights. Leave something magical when the video is over, and you might be able to win a free exclusive reading, okay? So comment signature, separate comment, something magical, all right? Okay, guys, I love you so much. Make sure you be the light you wish to see in the world and be the change you wish to see in yourself. Okay, peeps, peace out. Love you so much. I love you. I love you. I'll be back tomorrow night. The schedule we're kind of on, well, I'm kind of on here now, is Wednesday and Thursday going live, and then maybe like Saturday and Monday posting recorded videos. So if you see a video on Saturday and you're like, isn't it Shabbat? That's not me. If you see community posts, I schedule those out a month in advance, which is very weird sometimes because it's like, whoa. I scheduled this community post 3 weeks ago. I did a reading last night. Whoa. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you ever see that, just know it is not me actually every time. YouTube lets us pre-schedule stuff, okay? So I think that's everything for real. I love you. I love you. I love you.